What's up, guys? It's LegoMation Studio here with another Bionicle Classic review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Rockshi from 2003 during the Mask of Light. Do you remember when these guys were advertised? I remember they just had silhouette of the red one and I was stoked. It looked like their knees could bend, their arms could bend. Oh, I was just super excited. And these long staff weapons, the feet, you know, it was just, you could tell there were new pieces and you were wondering how it all went together. Now, there are 5 canisters here because I don't actually own the brown Rockshi, but I own every other one. Alright, so let's just take a look at one of the canisters just to get an idea of what they were. So, we were straying away at this point in Bionicle's history from the circular canister, and instead we're given a more triangle shape look. Now these were also interesting because instead of lid up, they were lid down. It said Bionicle, so you knew which way to orient it. On the underneath, you kind of have some pegs, and you get the Rockshi symbol. I don't know if it shows up on camera. Can you get it there? Mm-hmm. Nice. So that was the sort of Rockshi symbol, and for the longest time I had this small little fan guess that it meant there was like an island where the Rockshi came from and this was the shape of the island, because I don't know, that's how I thought. It's not true, but thought I might feel like sharing that with you guys. Now occasionally, if you were lucky, a Rockshi would include a mini CD-ROM. And this one actually did. You could learn about the Rockshi, watch videos about it. I mean, it was pretty much the same stuff you could get on a website, but it was cool to see it all on a little CD. Anyways, you have the symbol of, you know, Takanuva, Mask of Light, versus Makuta, Mask of Shadow. Really awesome. 7-Up, 45 pieces. Totally awesome. On the back, there used to be a sticker. Do I have one with one, or are they all taken off?
That one.
Ooh, yes, I have one. Gurok has one. And it showed that you could remove the back, and there was a Krata in it, and then you could place them inside their canisters just like so. And that is what we had for the Rockshi. Now, once you took the sticker off, you could actually take a Rockshi. Let's just show it because it is cool the way they can do it. And you would fold them down like so. Let's just use our red Rockshi here. And you could stick them inside. This was very similar to the Bohrok functions because if you remember, the Bohrok could cocoon. Well, guess what? So could the Rockshi. And so you could put them by your desk and let them go to sleep and wake them up when evil needed them. You also have a little Lego logo here. I don't know if you can see that. Anyways, awesome use of the canisters. So they're not just storage, they are also kind of technically display, if you want to say so. Now, we can quickly take a look at the instruction booklet, which I am fortunate to have had with this set. Just to go down memory lane. Cool, Bionicle.com. We got the classic 2003 logo, image, I guess, icon you could say. The pictures were so much more clearer in 3D too. You could tell they rendered them on a computer back in the old day in very 3D. Like, it looked just like they were real pieces. Awesomeness, awesomeness, really cool. Awesome. See, it shows you can take the sticker off and everything. Then it had the combiners. I actually made these combiners at one point, but they were pretty crappy combiners, as you can see. Not the best combiners ever. But they would include instructions to make the combiners in the end of the instructions, which was totally awesome. Then we have an advertise for all the Titans, which I have reviewed. And then the Bionicle.com, Bionicle video game, and Mask of Light advertise. And then advertise of all the other Rockshi and the different kind of Krata that you could get. Really awesome. So let's start by taking a look at our first Rockshi. Alright, so here is our first Rockshi, the red one, Turok. Now his hand is a different color here. Don't ask, it was an accident. I don't have that piece. I'll probably order it when I end up adding this collection, like officially doing something with it. But until then I have a kind of replacement piece on his hand there. Anyways, average Rockshi body. We know kind of what they are, but basically there would be this combiner piece right here that you would put in and would allow the knees to bend. It was an awesome idea. Lego came up with it themselves. instead of making one piece here, it was actually 4 pieces in here to make this bend piece. But it was innovative, and I liked that LEGO put the time and effort into that. The feet had this kind of giant hulking looking new beast look to it. Then as we head up, this was kind of the way the bodies looked. Uh-oh, this piece is missing. Anyways, the gears would twist just like we had with Toa Mata. And actually, this is the similar body to the Matoran. The Matoran that were released that year had this same body that I have reviewed. You can check them out. I think I reviewed them. Oh no. I think I did. Anyways, they also had the cool arm piece, which had a gear on the back, and that 2 places to put pieces that would connect arms, like so. As you can see, we were given these limbs with the Toa Mata, and the weapon is very fiery too, because as we know, this kind of Turok was one of the Rahkshi that was released and took over Ta-Koro in Mask of Light. And he could shoot fire, and look at this. We had a cool flame-shaped weapon on either side of his staff with the big long rod in the middle to make it kick ass. His kind of the Rahkshi face in red, really awesome. In order for the eyes to have that glowy, crystal look-through-y, transparent color feeling, they put one of the hand pieces in transparent orange in all of the Rahkshi faces to give them that sort of glow. The back of this Rahkshi is red, of course. Do I even have to explain that? And the backs are kind of these spears with gears on the ends of at the beginnings of each. Each Rahkshi has a unique spine as well. Underneath, we have the Krata, which could place its little piece right here, and I believe you could attach them to Toa's masks and have them get taken over, but it didn't happen too often, but when it did, they'd be evil. Anyways, the ones that were given with the red guys were gold and bronze kind of colored, and this is the one that I got with this one. Anyways, really cool, really awesome. That's what we got for Turok. Alright, and here we have Vorok, the black Rahkshi. This time, his weapons are a little different. They're kind of these grappling claws with gears right here that, you know, are supposed to pinch. They don't actually pinch, but that's kind of the idea we got going for Vorok here. On his back, the spine is kind of this cool, one of my favorite of the spines. It's like spiky and uneven, if you can tell the way they're laid out. One points right, left, right, left, right, left. And a totally different look from what we had with Turok. That kind of slick design. With this one we have a more spiky, hardcore design. Now, on the back, this is kind of the peg they were all given that I was missing with Turok. Underneath it, we have a yellow and black Krata. Really cool. Alright. I don't know the different names for each Krata, but I can guess as best as I can. Is it Porok? I'm just gonna guess and say it's Porok here. Anyways, for our brown Rahkshi, we have these kind of, I believe he released poison. It was either him or the green one. No, the green one released poison. But the brown one here kind of has these 2 side spheres and then one right in the middle. That's kind of the design that we had for the brown Rahkshi. Similar to what we had with Vorok, the black Rahkshi, we have that one points to the right, one points to the left spikes, except these ones are much more slicker. They're not as spiky as what we had with the black Rahkshi Vorok. Underneath, we have the Krata that came with the brown ones. That was kind of a gray, dark gray, light gray. Is there brown in there? Can you tell? Is that brown at all, or is it pretty much gray?
It's
different shades of gray. Light brown. Well, this is the Krata that we were given with Mr. Porok, I guess I would call him. Just because Pokoro, you know. Thinking like Bionicle here. Anyways, that's what we have for the brown Rahkshi. Leerock, the green Rahkshi. Now, I loved this guy probably the most because I love his weapon. Very cool electric, like poison leaking weapon because that's the idea behind Lee Rock, is that he could release poison. His back spine is kind of a fin shape, very sleek. It grows, they grow smaller as you get closer to his back. And the green is very cool. It's like a shiny green. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it's kind of like what we have with his canister, that chrome green. Really cool, very shiny, different from what we've had with like Lewa or the green Borak. So very cool. Underneath we have a kind of lime green and dark green, almost bronze Krata for Mr. Lee Rock here. But anyways, really cool, awesome, same function as all the other Rakshi. Gotta say, gotta love him. Kurok I also really like because the white in Kurok is very creamy, I guess as you could call it. The way I see it, like on his feet, very creamy looking. Anyways, I don't know. I thought it was cool. Anyways, his swords are kind of like, they look like ice chippers, I would say, because that's where we saw him in the Mask of Light. I think, was he one of the ones attacking Kopaka? I don't know for sure about that. But really cool, unique weapon here that we didn't see in many other sets. Post in the comment section below if you ever saw these in any other sets, because I don't exactly remember them being in much else. Underneath, we have the spine, which are very kind of razors that are very thin and edged, and they don't grow smaller. They're the same size, and we have 3 on its spine. Underneath, we have a white Krata. Very cool, a white and kind of glazy looking Krata. Very awesome. I loved these little Krata slugs. It was a smart, funny, cool idea. And you could hide them away and keep them for safekeeping whenever the Rakshi needed them most, because it powered them through Makuta, if you remember from the movie. Lastly, we'll take a look at Gurok, the blue Rakshi. Now, this one is still the same kind of blue color that we have with like Gali, but a more lighter and less dark color. The weapon is kind of, it looks aquatic almost, like a trident, and that's what we're going for Gurok, the blue Rakshi. So very cool design on the spear. On the spine, kind of looks like a sea monster spine. We just kind of have the very thin, sharp razors that go all the way down and get smaller as we go to the back of the spine. Very cool beast, kind of underwater beast looking design. And then underneath we have a very light blue Krata, and that gets darker closer to the tail. Anyways, very awesome. Now, I also want to mention, if you don't remember, the Rakshi did have one kind of unique function that they never explained on the canisters, but you saw in the movie and you saw in a couple of the videos. They could actually levitate when both their legs were placed like this, right by side on each other, like so, just like that, and their weapons were placed to their sides like so, and they could fly off like that and levitate. So I forgot to mention that with the others, but I figured I might as well mention it at the end. Very cool. The Rakshi, gotta say, I gotta love them, and that is Gurok. Now let's take a look at them all together and give our final rating. Alright, so here we have all of the Rakshi from 2003. Some of the most badass and memorable villains ever, which is why they were re-released during the Bionicle Stars era, the final Bionicle sets. Anyways, if I were to give my review of them, I would say they were revolutionary for Bionicle and Lego. They had bendable legs, which is what everyone remembers them by. They were taller than the Toa Mata and the Toa Nuva, which gave them a more threatening appeal. They also had a function of their arms, this cool staff. Everything about them was really cool. The whole spiked spine and Krata that could hide underneath. Really awesome. I've got to say my favorite were probably between Lee Rock and Kurok, the white and green ones. I actually didn't like the red one the most out of these guys. Sorry. I'm sorry. So sorry, Turok. You betray me. Anyways, gotta say, I loved the Rakshi. So post in the comments section below, were the Rakshi your favorite villains or not? Did you find them awesome and cool and revolutionary with the bendable knees? Or did you feel like they should have waited and released that for the Toa only or something? Who knows? But everyone has their views on the Rakshi. I absolutely loved them. They were badass villains, And I like that they weren't in hordes, which is what we've been introduced with every other villain since. We'd had the Borak, Call, and the Rakshi. Borak Call were actually only 6, but as far as all the rest goes, they were all in hordes and didn't make them unique, but the Rakshi were a little more unique. Anyways, what's your favorite Rakshi? Post in the comments section below. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'll be up next reviewing the 2004 Metro Nui sets, as much of them as I can. I didn't collect all of them, but until then, thanks for watching my review. And this is LEGOmation Studio with his Bionicle Classic Reviews, signing out.